Hello, I'm Dr. Teresa Laverne with the LSU AgCenter. Showmanship is the ability to present something in an attractive manner. Exhibition poultry showmanship, however, is much more than that.
I have a friend of mine that I've grown up with, and a long time ago, him and his father used to show chickens all over the place, just like I'm doing now. And he told me about it one day. We were working together, and he told me, he said, "Man, have you ever thought about showing chickens?" And I was like, I've never even heard of that. And then I went to a chicken show. He took me to a district show, and I placed in the district show with some good birds that I had had. He kind of got me to get some good birds, and I liked it. I loved it.
Well, I like chickens. That was my favorite animal. And plus that we can keep them in our backyard and they're smaller. And I just like them as basically.
I started showing poultry in the 4th grade. Poultry is kind of, I'd say, unlike any of the other species that you could possibly show. With the cows and all that, you have to have a lot of resources to be able to show cows. With chickens, you can have 2 or 3 chickens on top of an apartment building, if that's what you have to do to be able to show chickens. I enjoy doing showmanship, especially. That's one of my favorite parts of poultry.
Exhibition poultry showmanship participants interact one-on-one with a judge and share their knowledge of poultry. At the LSU AgCenter Junior Poultry Show, exhibition poultry showmanship is open to all 4-H and FFA members. Eligibility for respective showmanship classes is determined by the exhibitor's age as of January 1 of the current year. The exhibition poultry showmanship competition has 3 divisions. The junior division is for ages 11 and younger, the intermediate division is for ages 12 to 14, and the senior division is for ages 15 and older. In exhibition poultry showmanship, the judge evaluates the exhibitor's appearance and attitude, the appearance of the bird, the presentation of the bird, and the knowledge of the exhibitor.
Doing some other things that I do, such as riding bulls and everything, people look at you and you tell them, "Hey, I show chickens," and they, it brings a kind of a funny look to their face, but it's very different, but it's fun.
My favorite part of showing poultry is the friends I'm making with it. I have some pretty solid friends that I see at 4-H events and conferences all the time, and I'm constantly meeting and making new friends at poultry shows.
Exhibitors demonstrate the proper way to carry birds, put them into a cage, and remove them from a cage. Exhibitors who handle their birds in a calm, caring, and gentle manner tend to be successful. The following examples show senior showmanship participants.
Hi.
Good.
Good. How about you?
Good, doing
I'm
good.
Andre St. Rain. Can I tell you a little bit about my bird?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, she's a pullet, which means she's a female under 1 year of age. She's a Royal and Red, that's what breed she is, and she's of the single comb variety. Royal and Reds are an American class. I'd like to tell you a little bit about my bird overall. Rhode Island Red should be brick-shaped, which means that they should be slightly longer than they are deep. Should have a horizontal top line and a horizontal underline. They should carry their head slightly forward, and the females should carry their tail at a 10-degree angle. I'd like to start at the top of my bird and work all the way down. The comb is worth 5 points, and it should also have 5 points on it. They should be smallest in the front and back and longest in the middle. The blade shouldn't follow the head too closely.
Okay, did you do anything special to get your bird ready for the show?
Yes, I did. I cleaned them daily in their chain link dog pens with barbecue tongs to keep their pen nice and clean, and before the show I bathed them. I used 3 tanks of water. One has soap, one has bluing, and one is just straight water to get their feathers completely cleaned. I scrubbed their feet and their behinds and oiled their combs and wattles, and when I get to the show, I'll lightly clean their feet and spray them down with a sheen like pink.
Okay. Why do you do it?
I enjoy it. I enjoy meeting people that also like to show birds. I enjoy taking care of the birds and having them as pets, and I enjoy the opportunities it presents me in contests and such.
Okay, you did an excellent job.
Thank you
for bringing your bird.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a little description of this bird, starting with the wing.
Okay.
These feathers here are what we call the primary feathers. This middle feather is the axle feather. These back feathers are what we call the secondaries. Now up on the front of this bird here is what we call the front, and it comes down to what we call the bow, then the shoulder, and the bar. Now on each one of these wings, it has a reddish bay tint that comes down on each one of the primaries all the way back to the axle feather.
Okay.
Now, these 2 tail feathers here that extend the longest are called the main sickle feathers. And right here, these others that are curved over are also called the lesser sickles. They're a little bit smaller and kind of fit the side of the main. The standard weight for a cockbird, which cockbird meaning is a male over a year old, is 24 ounces.
Okay. Why did you choose Old English to get involved in?
You know, it states in the standard that the Old English inside the cage is a proud, alert bird. And when I started showing and going to some shows, I would see these Old English. They would be strutting around in the shows. You know, they look good in the cages. They just look like they're always ready and always strong and muscled up. And that just, something about that just made me say, hey, I want to raise these birds.
Okay. You did an excellent job.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for bringing your
Yes,
bird.
sir.
The level of skill expected from each showmanship participant varies with their age and experience. The judge will ask each participant questions to determine their knowledge on the care of their birds. The level of difficulty of the questions will increase as the participant increases in age. The following example shows a young showmanship participant.
What can you tell me about your bird?
Well, it's a class is single comb clean leg. The breed is Dutch. The variety is a light brown cream Dutch. Okay, and we're gonna start with the head. We have the wattles, which are supposed to be red, the earlobes, which are supposed to be white, the eye, which is supposed to be reddish bay. We have the comb, which is red and supposed to have 7 points. It's a single comb.
Okay. How long have you been raising poultry?
This is my 3rd year.
Okay. Do you have any other types of poultry besides your Dutch?
Yes, sir. I have the silver sea bright, and I have the blue Dutch, and
Okay. Which ones are your favorite?
the light cream brown Dutch,
Why do you like them more than you like the other ones?
because they're tamer.
Okay. Okay. Do you eat the eggs?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you ever eat the chicken?
Oh, no, sir. Not the exhibition birds. We do broilers, and we do eat those.
Okay. You did a very good job. Thank you for bringing your bird.
Thanks.
To be a successful showman in any age division, you need a positive attitude, the ability to focus on your showmanship, and respectfulness for the judge and the other exhibitors. Good exhibitors are also able to handle and present their birds properly while sharing their knowledge of the project. Participants are quick to point out how they truly enjoy their showmanship experiences.
They're very cute, and they are easy to handle most of the time, and they're very lovable.
I feel I've learned just about all my big skills with poultry and 4-H. I think I've become a much more responsible person and have made a lot of friends with 4-H and become better at making friends in my poultry 4-H experience.
It's just something that you can do and have fun with. It's not real stressing. It doesn't cost a whole lot of money to do it. It's just something that's real fun. It's real fun. It's real fun.